Hi, and thanks for giving me a good reason to have a pause about campaigning here in Vantaa Myyrmäki. I have a cup of coffee and sitting with your smart questions that I got actually in this hashtag Ask Kai challenge. First of all, there was a good question that how do I define word integration? What it actually means for a foreign language person to be integrated in Finland. Well, I would say that first of all, some certain values that are not to be compromised. Physical integrity and equality of women and men. These are basis of Finnish modern society, and I think that that's quite much core in any integration that we really feel in the same way about these ones. Then we were thinking that what means to be integrated, to be active in the society, and maybe more or less it means that you have a meaningful role in Finland. It may mean work, it may mean studying, or it may mean that you run a family here, more or less. But if you have nothing, then we have disappointed ourselves in being able to integrate everybody to Finland. Maybe you can define it in a different way, but that's what I would say. There was also a good exact question that who are we actually talking about? How many foreign originated people with foreign language as their mother tongue, how many such people is there in Finland who have a citizenship and have a right to vote on Sunday's elections? And we found out that actually it's 135,000 people, Finnish citizens, who have mother tongue, something else than Finnish or Swedish. So quite meaningful part actually of our electorate, much more than an average Finnish city. Also, broader questions, many of them I won't ask every of them, but some people ask that what we want to do to make it easier for companies to employ more talent. First of all, I want to do it always easier to take the risk as an entrepreneur, having a kiosk or cafeteria, to employ first and foremost the first employee. It must not be such a large burden with all the bureaucracy, and also the cost of doing that must be reasonable, because we really need to have more jobs in Finland for also those who are not so easily finding a job. Second, when we are talking about finding talent from foreigners, we need to make the permit system much more smooth. We have now actually halved the working permit search period or processing period, but we need to put it much more shorter. So we are talking about days rather than months, which is the current situation. We also need to be attractive. For example, for students who are graduating here in Finland, they should have a right to deduct their student fees from the income tax earned in Finland. Then there was a question that why criminals or illegals are not deported to their home countries. Well, actually, they are more and more deported. If you do a serious crime in Finland, starting 1st of January this year, the law was changed so that we can deport faster than before. It doesn't take the 3-year period to the highest court, but highest court just says that okay, they don't have obligations and you can be deported immediately. Also, we have changed our legislation so that you can't renew your application again and again, as some of those asylum seekers have done who came in 2015. We need to secure those who are really running away from personal threat in problematic countries, but we need to ensure that the system is not misused and it won't spoil reputation of all international aspects of Finland and all foreigners. That's a very important question to be handled decently and in a stable way. There was also question that actually somebody asked that business and collaboration trust is actually missing in Finland. That's an interesting point, and you were discussing about it in your text, that you understand that usually we think that trust is very high in Finland, which I also think that is the case, having also lived in foreign countries and seen somewhat their environment. But that's still so good critical point that please send me more ideas about how you feel that the trust is missing in Finnish business life, and we will be elaborating that further. There was also a very good question, which I unfortunately can't answer right now, about what is the exact permitting policy of Finnish schools to foreign countries. I've been myself nominating education export ambassador to foreign ministry, and I've been supporting many projects where we establish Finnish-originated schools or universities outside Finland. And if you work according to Finnish curriculum, then that's officially also the same. But usually it's a bit modified, and we will find the information and answer to you in Twitter as fast as we get the civil servants from the Ministry of Education in our hands. Last point, there was also some comments or questions that why do we need actually English discussion about Finnish policy, that every foreigner should learn Finnish. Well, I disagree about that. Of course, part of finding a meaningful role in Finland might, for many of us, include that you also can communicate with the majority of the community, and that is easier if you learn Finnish or Swedish. But it's a fact that there will be many talented people and families who will run their life changing from country to country and try to find interesting challenges in their careers doing that. And it's ridiculous to think that, for example, we would need only Finnish-speaking classes in schools because everybody should learn Finnish. Well, that's not the case. We know that there is many families who tend to think that, okay, we are 5 years here or 10 years here, and still it's good if they want to integrate to Finnish society, even so that they want to be part of policy making, at least in communal elections where you don't need to have a citizenship. And of course we need discussion about Finnish society also in English, because we need to have a third opinion from those who are not so inside as maybe we who have been born here. So that's the only question where I probably totally disagree about the comments. But thank you for the spectacular questions, and sorry for maybe limited answers so far. Discussion is started, and I'll try to answer next week also or questions that I didn't answer now and what are still maybe coming during the weekend in Twitter or Facebook. And I'm very happy if during this campaign I have at least helped a few people without Finnish or Swedish language knowledge to be a bit more insiders in how Finland is being run. And I hope that you will be feeling also part of this country, that you are active here and that you have been integrated to Finnish society in that level that you want to be integrated. So let's have a sunny weekend. For me it will be very busy, at least before Sunday when the elections are, but after Sunday I will have a easy Monday, trying to get again somehow back my memory and my understanding of world, because now I'm quite tired, as it should be. Thanks.